to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Courtney, can we do the roll call, please?
Councilman Dunn,
Present.
Councilwoman Collins,
Here.
Councilman LaFata,
Here.
Councilwoman Darnell, Councilwoman Fisher.
Here. All right, moving on. Approval of minutes. Hopefully, everybody's had a chance to look over the meeting minutes from the February 9th meeting as well as the February 6th executive session. If so, I will take a motion.
Yes, I have done so, and I would make a motion to approve.
I have a first.
And a second.
Any discussion or corrections? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Very good. Consideration of claims.
Having received the claims earlier and had an opportunity to go over them with the approval of all the other council members, and I'm sure they've looked at them, I make a motion to approve the claims.
I have a first
You have a second.
and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Petitions and public comments from the floor. If there's anybody here that wishes to speak to council, please come forward. State your first and last name and your address.
My name is Laura Schulmuller. I live at 2310 Legend Circle here in Chesterton. I saw on the town's Facebook page that you will be considering adopting a resolution where public comments could be removed or hidden from the official Town of Chesterton social media accounts. This grabbed my attention because I consider myself to be a free speech absolutist, and I look forward to hearing the discussion around this topic, but wanted to express my concerns. True threats are unprotected speech and legally can be removed. But the announcement of this meeting indicated that, quote, personal attacks on other users might be removed. That is actually not legal. Just because a comment is mean, not nice, or perceived as offensive doesn't mean that it's unprotected speech. It is legally protected by the First Amendment. Besides the legality of those comments, having a municipal social media manager moderate comments can in no way be unbiased. It is naive for anyone to think that it would be, especially in a relatively small town. There is no way that personal feelings, relationships, and political viewpoints wouldn't be impacted by content moderation. My concerns are not unwarranted. The Facebook page, as it currently stands, comes across as partisan. I can certainly provide examples of what I'm referring to. The town needs to adopt a Facebook neutrality policy, which seems to be the opposite of what is being proposed. One option that would be to disable comments entirely on the page. Many government entities already do exactly that. I understand that this shuts down dialogue, but it prevents the, quote, owner of the page from making editorial decisions as to which comments can remain or not. It also keeps the town legally protected from First Amendment violations. Community members can engage in civil discourse via direct communications or by attending town meetings. Like I said, I look forward to your discussion, but I'm personally very concerned about the direction that this is going, and I think the council needs to be very careful in how they proceed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Is there anybody else that wishes to address the council this evening? All right, very good. Moving on. Reports from officials and department heads, police.
Good evening, Council. Just one thing for you tonight. With the resignation earlier this month of Corporal Ryan Miller, we now have a vacancy within our ranks that we would like to fill, and we'd ask your permission to be able to start a lateral hiring process so we can begin taking applicants, certified officer applicants like we have in the past, to fill that position and get us back to our full complement of officers.
So moved.
I have a first
Second.
and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You have it.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Fire.
Good evening, council. Just a couple things from fire. Some of you may know Lieutenant Steve Hyman's father, the chief of Beverly Shores Fire Department for the past 41 years of Beverly Shores, been on the department longer, passed away this past Saturday. And funeral arrangements are this coming Friday is the wake, and Saturday will be the funeral of Edmonds and Evans Funeral Home. So I just want to offer the condolences on behalf of all the fire department. I'm quite sure the council too, on his passing of his dad, who's been a long time around this area. In addition to that, just our CPR class went off great last week. It's up on the social media now, so it was well attended. So thanks to the guys for teaching that class and all the residents that attended. And we look forward to doing the next one. I believe I said May last council meeting. And in addition to the beautiful station that's been redone, our guys are taking a lot of pride, all three crews, in doing our back room, our utility room that we've had a lot of stuff in. They're doing a nice remodel job back there themselves with some leftover lumber that we had and some other things. So you'll see that work back there, which is good, in the pride that they're taking in doing that. So other than that, that is all. It was a busy week, as you well know, and
Yeah.
we do also, just one last note, just want to pass on our condolences for the tragic fire last Friday morning on Pearson Road. So we pass our condolences on for that too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you, council.
Thank you. And, thoughts go out to Steve right now and his family. And I'll be thinking of him for sure.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I would like to make a motion that we send an official card of sympathy from the town council to Steve at the passing of his father.
I think that's great, Jim. And we have a motion on the table
In a second.
and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
I was
Very
gonna
good.
ask a question in regard to that. If Chief, we would like our chief to coordinate that delivery on the flowers.
In a card.
Yes, you said on flowers, council?
Flowers in a card to express our condolences to,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you.
You're welcome.
And I think if we could give an opportunity for us to come and sign it, we'd be more than happy.
Yeah, not a problem, council. I'll talk to you guys later on
Yeah.
about that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Details to come, but
Yeah.
I think the idea of recognizing someone's loss in their family is appropriate.
I agree. All right. Clerk Treasurer.
Good evening, council. We need to set our annual seated/lit meeting. And I believe that the 23rd at 5:30, March 23rd, was the time that was suggested. So I just need a motion so we can officially set the meeting.
You have it.
I have a first
You have a second?
and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right. Thank you. March 23rd at 5:30 for the seated meeting.
5:30 or 4:30?
5:30.
5:30.
We changed.
I'll
that.
remind you.
Yeah. Thank you, Courtney.
Thank you for your
Anything
reminders
else?
too.
Nope, that is all.
All right. Very good. Street sanitation and central service.
If the council could make a motion to make it quit snowing, we would appreciate that.
Oh, if it was only so easy.
I'd be glad to make it, but it wouldn't do any good.
Right. Not much to report other than we continue to work with winter, and we're looking forward to the spring and starting to plan our projects and working with engineering. And so it's going to be a busy year. That's
It has
really about
been.
all I have.
I concur.
All right.
Making up for our winter last year.
Last few years, I think.
Yeah.
I think last year we were around 28 inches of snow. Our normal is 37 to 39, and we have measured after this weekend somewhere around 66 inches.
Wow.
So
Wow.
the lake effect snows that
Yeah.
we've received that like Chicago hasn't,
Mhm.
it's taken a toll
Yeah.
on our budget, and
On
Our
our
salt.
salt, our equipment, our
Absolutely.
employees.
I know more about salt now than I ever have known. I'm like the salt knower of things. Yeah,
that's all I have. Thank you.
thank you,
Thank
John.
you, John.
Engineering.
Good evening,
EDP.
council.
Good evening.
The CCMG project, we've been notified. Remember last July, we submitted for the CCMG and we didn't get awarded. We'd been notified by NDOT that we'd possibly be additional funds. So worked with Matt, John, and Dan, and we put those projects back out. It was Indian Boundary, Plaza Drive, and County 1100 North.
Excellent.
Those bids are due March 9th at your meeting, and we'll open those. And it does happen, they're subject to funding becoming available.
Right.
So, and then some additional good news. Work with, give me a chance here. The EVP project, Emergency Vehicle Preemption. So after our meeting last on the 9th, on February 11th, I was notified by NDOT that they did have an apparent low bidder, Michiana Contracting Incorporated. That low bid amount was $642,628. So I had 2 days to sign that letter and get it back to them that we wanted to
Yeah.
do it. I did that. Then this morning, I received our NDOT agreement between us and NDOT for the LPA project, which basically starts off that we need to send money.
Oh, of course.
So along with that letter, I received Indiana Department of Transportation amount due, and obviously your packet's already done. So if I could get approval to work with Courtney for a manual check
Mhm.
to NDOT for the amount of $44,984 even, that's our 10%.
Okay.
That's our share of the project. It's a 90-10 project. So if I could get approval for that, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we approve that manual check for $44,984.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
So all this information, this will end up going into the MOU that I'm working on, and I'll be
Right.
getting that to Connor for the other communities, because this isn't all our responsibility. It'll be broken down by the intersections. But since we're the lead agency, we have to pay for everything up front.
Okay. And then we receive
Yep.
the payments
We
from the
receive
others?
the
Okay,
payments, yep.
great.
Then in addition, we had to do the construction engineering. We have to find a consultant for that with
Sure.
working through NDOT. Matt and Nate Williams helped me. We received 4 consulting firms to do that.
Okay.
We reviewed them, and NDOT has a LPA checklist.
Mhm.
It came that American Structure Point was the consulting engineer that had the highest quality.
Okay.
So I'd like permission to work with American Structure Point to get a contract for construction engineering on this project. I'll get that worked out, and then I still have to send that to NDOT to get their approval.
Sure.
But I'll let you know what that is
Okay.
from that standpoint, if I get approval to work with
American
American Structure Point.
I'll make a motion that you work with American Structure Point.
We have a first
I'll second.
and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, we're moving forward on that project.
Awesome.
Yeah. And we've always had good luck with American Structure Point.
Yeah.
Yep, we have. Yep, they did the Westchester Liberty Trail.
Mhm.
They designed it. They didn't do the construction engineering on that one. So this one. Then moving on in the building, just bringing an update of 1575 South Calumet. That has half the building. We did get a permit in for a physical therapist to go in there. So
Okay.
they've got their state release. And so
Great.
you'll see some activity down there in that
Awesome.
building.
Okay. Some physical therapy?
Yeah. So that's
Okay.
all I have to report.
Madam Chair, I had one additional comment, just for informational purposes. I checked all of the letting and the money disbursements from NERC,
Mm.
and the reimbursement or the payments that we have been watching for the Westchester Liberty Trail project, the overrun
Mhm.
issue was not listed in there. I investigated it at the last
Mhm.
meeting, and Charles, you know who I mean,
Mhm.
assured me that there were funds, but because they were obtaining those funds through a circuitous method,
Mhm.
they were not listed in the report,
Okay.
but they are there. So if you look at the NERC report and come up a little short and say, what's happened here? It's just part of their operational procedures.
Thank you.
So do not despair.
Yes.
We need that 100 and
It's like a $240,000
Yeah.
change order. So they're giving us
240,
yeah,
yeah,
something.
we need that.
Mhm.
So I'm checking on it every meeting. So.
Thank you, Jim.
Mhm.
All right. And that took care of building also. So park.
Good evening, council. Not much from me. We have a park board meeting next Tuesday, so I'll be reporting on a few of those items here in a couple weeks. I did want to mention we had an Eagle Scout project completed at Chesterton Park, where local troop 908 member Jack Gerhardt installed 2 trash receptacles, 1 pet station, and security cameras. This was in that heavily utilized Fifth and Porter area.
Excellent.
We already see them getting used. It was a roughly $2,500 value in infrastructure. We had to give him a hard time. We said, Jack, it's an odd time to be completing a project here. But I think he turns 18 soon, so he was up
Okay.
against a deadline.
Okay, sure.
But he got it done, and
Thank you,
we
Jack.
appreciate it. Yep.
Yeah, much appreciated. What a
Hear,
cool
hear.
project.
I also want to say thank you to Jack Gearhart. I spoke to him about this project before he got it going, and he was really excited. And he talked about giving back to the community and the importance of it. And he's just awesome. I really appreciate Jack and his whole family. They do support our community in many ways.
Sure.
Very
Yep.
good. Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you.
Attorney.
I don't have anything other than I'm working on the items you assigned to me in our executive session.
Thank you, Connor.
You have been busy.
I
All right.
know, right?
Utilities? Nobody here tonight?
He is unavailable to be here tonight, and they're working through with the snow and the lift stations. Everything's been okay, though.
Okay,
Oh, good news.
good to know. All right. Economic development.
I have an update about the comprehensive plan. We had a meeting scheduled on Friday where Councilman Collins, myself, Mark, and Matt went through their latest updates for the maps, and we had some additional comments. I believe you're going to get that back to them. And then once that's implemented, we'll go ahead and change what's our last round, and then we should be ready to start with the next steering committee meeting. We also have a change to the steering committee. Mr. Kopko has decided that the new vice president of the plan commission should participate. So we welcome Dane LaFada to the steering committee. Welcome, Mr. LaFada. And so we'll get that scheduled once we're in good shape to bring those maps forward.
Very good. Thank you. Public hearings, bid openings, and remonstrances. The 2026 annual paving bids.
We have
Connor's got it.
Ooh, a drum roll.
we have 3 bids. Your first one is from Milestone Contractors LP of Griffith, Indiana. Their total bid price is $725,100.
Wow. Okay.
The next bid is from Site Services, Inc. Their total bid price is $961,975.60.
Quite a difference.
And the third bid is from Reith Riley Construction Company of Gary, Indiana. Their total bid price is $714,792.50. Ask the council to make a motion to take these under advisement.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We will take this under advisement. All right, moving along. Ordinances and or resolutions. Ordinance 2026-01, vacating a portion of a drainage easement on the second reading.
Yes, this is the ordinance. You had a public hearing on at your last meeting. This is ordinance number 2026-01, an ordinance of the town of Chesterton, Porter County, Indiana, vacating a portion of a drainage easement. Petitioner's counsel is here if you have any further questions of him. Otherwise, it's before you.
Motion to approve ordinance 2026-01.
Second.
Any discussion?
No discussion.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Very good. You have your easement. Thank you, Greg. All right. Resolution 2026-03, establishing a social media policy.
This is Resolution 2026-03, a resolution of the Chesterton Town Council establishing a social media policy.
Connor, when we talked about the social media policy, you advised it was drafted to be limited only to unprotected speech. Is that correct?
That was the goal with drafting the policy, and the removal of comments that are made is supposed to be limited to the unprotected speech. There's also the option to just hide the comments so they're not deleted.
Mhm.
And of course, all comments are public records and available for anyone who would make a public records request.
Very good. Okay. I know we frequently get a lot of complaints about the comments on our social media, on our Facebook page. It is Facebook, it is social media, and so there are often comments that I personally find to be highly inappropriate that do not really represent our community well. A lot of times those comments are from people who are not even inside of our community, but writing things about some examples I've seen are, saying to set people on fire on one occasion and making some comments that I think are pretty egregious. But I do agree, there is a First Amendment concern. I know we had a comment earlier today where there was the suggestion that we remove comments from our Facebook page. But it's my understanding that because we started this page without having no comments on anything, that we cannot make that change. Is that correct?
You would have to close or end the current Facebook page and start a whole new one.
And we'd have to do that to have a policy attached to the current page that is beyond the scope of limiting unprotected speech as well. Is that true, Connor?
That's the current state of the law.
Okay. So we can't adopt policies that infringe upon any form of protected speech or close all of our comments unless we shut down our current Facebook page and start over. So that's been a topic of discussion amongst the council for how we should move forward
Mhm.
and why we ended up with a policy that is just limited to
Unprotected. speech.
unprotected speech.
Correct.
I do recognize in adopting such a policy that it does put Kevin in a position to have to perhaps confer with legal counsel about whether or not comments need to be removed from Facebook if they rise to that level.
If I may make a few comments myself.
Of course, I would appreciate it, Kevin.
I would say that the policy, as I've read it, is unlikely to change very much for me on a day-to-day basis. All right.
Okay.
I don't ever delete comments. I may leave some comments unhidden. And if suddenly there's 500 comments on a post, I'm likely to stop reading all of them, whether they're ones that
Sure.
who may share my politics or those who do not. All right. Because it gets to be a little time consuming.
Mhm.
All right.
And that's
My-
because they all come up hidden. And
Yeah, they all
you-
come up hidden. I have to
individually-
unhide comments.
Correct.
Well, when I say by hand, what I mean is by finger.
Right.
Okay.
You have to click to unhide each individual
That's right.
comment
That's
that
right.
people
That-
post.
That's exactly right. I tend to agree with you. I'm an absolutist as well. But I don't see too many comments where I'm seeing unprotected speech. I don't see too many threats. I see a lot of insults. I see a lot of vulgarity. And I may leave one of those comments unhidden. All right. You take out the vulgarity or the profanity. I tend not to care what you say.
Mhm.
All right. So I'm happy to have this policy. All right. It gives me a framework in case I'm in a quandary,
Mhm.
but practically speaking, I don't see it having much impact on how we manage the Facebook page.
Understood.
Yeah.
As for some additional comments about our Facebook page, and Connor, these are more legal questions. I view our Facebook page as being an open forum. We allow comments, and so my understanding of First Amendment jurisprudence, which you will remember, Mr. Nolan, because we actually had honors constitutional law together when we were young. No offense, speaking for myself. But when there is an open public forum, we let content-based discretion. Is that correct?
That's right. You only have time, place, and manner, viewpoint neutral
Yes.
discretion.
So I wanted to bring that up because I know there are people who think that there's, some kind of partisan monitoring, but we lack content-based discretion. So we don't remove comments ever based on the content. That's unconstitutional. And so we have given this a lot of thought, looking into how we should do this. And when you have an open public forum and you do not have content-based discretion, and there are certain things, perhaps a community event that we're posting, let's say for Kiwanis, they're doing something for the community. And then there's another community event that maybe has a different angle. We lack content-based discretion to say we're going to only post these types of community events, is my understanding of how we're operating our Facebook page to make sure that we are complying with the First Amendment. Do you agree with that, Connor?
I haven't observed any First Amendment violations in the way Kevin's moderating the page.
Okay.
For the record, I post virtually every community event somebody sends me. All right.
I know.
That's
I know.
what I feel part of my job is.
I
And
agree.
generally speaking, I've always enjoyed real-time commentary. All right. It's a lot different from how I used to work. Let's put it that way. But I think in the absence of the Chesterton Tribune,
Mm-hmm.
which was sort of a clearinghouse for the community of all sorts of information, I think that the opportunity for people to comment, to praise kids who do well in school, to say, oh, this was a good fish fry that the VFW had, or I think that's fabulous. All right. I think it's absolutely fabulous that
Agreed.
we have a forum for people to communicate with us, and I can communicate back with them in real time. All right. I tend not to let emails or texts or Facebook messages go unlooked at for very long. So you can ask my wife. She hates that.
I know.
So-
I know it takes up a lot of your time. Well, with that
But,
being said, we have the resolution. So I will entertain a motion.
I'm going to make a motion to pass resolution 2026-03.
Very good. We have a first
And a second.
and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Very good. Moving on. Communications.
There were none.
Daggone it. I'm going to send you an anonymous letter one of these days. Old business, town hall, fire station remodel.
Okay, we are working with Larson Danielson, as I mentioned, the redevelopment commission meeting to finish up some final completion items and some items that have been finished up over the last couple of weeks. So you have the white nosing here at the dais. We have some pin readers that have been swapped out with the correct size, the card readers that allow you access into the council chambers. The balcony steel has been painted black. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but it's on the back side. It looks great after it was painted. There's still some touch up to it, so we sent that back to them. But
Tough time to paint this
Yes.
time of year.
Yeah. they
Yeah.
had a short amount of warm weather. Now we're
Yeah.
back to So we're working through some other items and happy that they are being so proactive with addressing all of these.
Absolutely. Very good. And NERC.
Yes, we had a meeting of sorts, and I'll explain that in a minute. on the 19th of February. It was to be a makeup meeting for the January meeting that, because of weather conditions, had to be eliminated. Too many hazardous situations where we didn't want anybody taking any risks to get there. So instead of having an executive board meeting this month, we changed that to the full commission meeting. And I must say to no avail, because we did not get a quorum on the full commission,
Oh,
which is unfortunate. There were enough members of the executive board meeting to have an executive board meeting, which we could do some things.
Mhm.
But the two items, the election of the executive board and the officers and the budget, have to be by state statute passed by the full commission.
Mm.
The state enabling legislation requires that we have so many regular full commission meetings. And a full commission meeting is one representative from every town in Lake Porter and Porter County. So
Wow,
we're
yeah.
talking 50, 60 some people.
you gotta have your
Have to be
attendance.
there to do that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So it takes a pretty
Holy
good sized
cats.
quorum to get that done, and we did not get it. And so those meetings now will be shuffled to the next meeting in March. So we're going to keep calling full commission meetings until we get the budget and the election of officers done. And that we just have to. It's under the statutory regulations that we operate.
We have to. It's
Uh, And what they are is under leadership 6.0, 6.1, report of the nominating committee. And I see that the nominating committee information was in the packet.
Mhm.
So I will be nominated or have been nominated for the executive board from Porter County. There'll be two of us from Porter County on the executive board.
well done, Jim. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We do what we can for the best of the organization. And there's, as I say, it's a big group, but we can't get the bodies there. We can't make this official until we have that vote. So I'm just a nominee.
Very good.
I want to be
For
quoted
now.
anywhere in any sources saying I'm on it. I'm not yet.
Understood.
And then we'll go from there. And the other part of it, of course, is the election of officers. And we'll do that too. So
Very good.
hopefully we'll get that done in May. And I did receive a recognition for perfect attendance
Well done, Mr.
for
Chun.
every executive board and every full commission meeting in 2025.
That's impressive.
good.
That's,
So-
yeah, well done.
It's a duty that I believe I need to be very diligent about, as testified by our different awards that we've gotten from them,
Absolutely.
the
Agreed.
90-10 and the 80-20s and so forth. Not by any means my control of that situation, but my advocacy
Absolutely.
for that, I think, has gotten some people's attention. So we appreciate that. So I'll keep you posted when we get a full commission. We'll finish our business. But
All
the
right.
budget, we aren't going to get any of our money until the budget's approved.
Right. Yeah. So hopefully
So,
that
yeah.
can get
Maybe
done.
you should
Good
have
grief.
snacks at those meetings.
Maybe we should have whippings if they're not.
There you go. All
I
right.
recommend
Negative-
snacks. People
negative
like meetings
motivation,
with
yeah.
snacks.
Sugar, not salt. All right. Thank you,
Something's
Jim.
got to work.
Okay, and moving on to new business and or updates. One of the items for new business is that I would like to suggest that we change our meeting time to 6 p.m. as opposed to 7 p.m. Our meetings are streamed now, which makes it available for anybody in the public to watch. And I think that 6 p.m. is still a reasonable hour for most people if they would like to come and attend. So I would entertain a motion to make that happen beginning on the first meeting of April, which would be the 14th. I lied, not the 14th.
You have that motion.
13th, yeah, thanks.
You have that motion. And I'd also like just to comment and say our department heads work incredibly long hours. I know there are many who were, in the office this morning before 8 a.m. and you are not likely to get home before 8 p.m. And sometimes these meetings don't even end until after 8 p.m. And then you have an early day tomorrow. And so I support this. I appreciate the long hours that you put in. And I think adjusting the time of the meetings is appropriate.
I have a first
And a second.
and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Very good. Next on new business, we've got the Town of Porter MOU for the 23rd Street paving project.
If you have that, it's basically Town of Porter and Town of Chester going in together
Mhm.
on a CCMG project. The good news is they get 80% because of their population.
That's great.
So we'll split the 20%,
Okay.
and that works out very well. I think it's one of the last joint projects that we'll have. We did Woodlawn a few years ago, and
Yeah,
now 23rd Street. So
Yes.
that's great.
We
should be a
appreciate
good project.
you looking, into getting this taken care of, and we appreciate Porter too for being willing to do these joint.
Yes, we thank them for working with us
Yeah,
on
that's
that.
Yeah, and these joint
We're not.
projects.
And Connor, you looked over, the agreement, is this the same agreement we've done pretty much in the past?
Yeah, I reviewed it. The language was tweaked slightly, but it's no problem.
Great.
It's acceptable from a legal perspective.
Okay, very good.
I'll make a motion, we approve the MOU with Porter.
Second.
Okay, any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Comments from the board, Mr. Tunn?
Well, very briefly, before you know it, hopefully sooner than later, the weather will change and warmer days will return on a regular schedule. Warmer and brighter days will no doubt bring golf carts out onto our public streets. Anticipating that, a quick review of the operation of golf carts on public streets in Chesterton is a good idea. Ordinance number 2009-16 governs golf cart operation and is available online, as are all public ordinances and resolutions of Chesterton. So I thought for fun, we'd have a quick Q&A to refer to the PL 2009-16 ordinance. So question number 1, can anyone drive a cart on the streets of Chesterton? The answer, no. Only licensed drivers.
I was a mean mom for not letting kids without a driver's license drive our golf cart for years because I was aware of this. But I do think there are a lot of people who are not. So thank you,
Well,
Jim, for
that's-
bringing that up.
Number 2, do carts have special traffic regulations? No.
I was going to say no.
All traffic regulations
You gotta follow all of
apply.
them.
All traffic regulations apply to golf carts just as any motor vehicle. Number 3, is there special equipment needed to drive a cart on streets?
Yes.
Yes. Slow moving vehicle sign or flashing red light or orange lights on the back of the vehicle. Number 4, can I drive the cart at night?
Yes.
If you have headlights.
That's a qualified answer. You're right. If you have lights on it, stop, tail, and headlights, then yes. And number 5, can I drive a cart to the watershed or farmer's market from my home west of 49?
Yes.
Yes. However, only by crossing under 49 on Rail Road.
Mhm.
And last but not least, is there any other way to cross Route 49 besides railroad?
Ooh,
I don't think
I don't
so.
think so either.
No.
No, I'm like, nope, that's 49. Nope,
You may-
nope, that one's 49 too.
You may not cross 49 at any grade level crossing.
Yeah.
Indian Boundary, Porter Avenue, or 1100 North. They are closed to carts, as is any portion of the roadway of 49 at any place and any time.
Thank you
That's
for
great.
that,
If you
Jim.
got 6 of that,
Yeah.
you got an A.
Woo woo.
And if you have further questions, call CPD at 219-926-1136.
Very good. Thank you for that reminder, Jim.
You're welcome.
Jen?
I just have a couple of quick comments. I really want to thank all of our department heads, as they always do, for your great work. Matt and Mark, you guys have been so important to this economic development team, and you spent so much time with us recently on these maps, and you pay attention to every detail. And I know it's a time commitment, and I really want to thank you guys. And also, we had meetings on Friday with individuals who are interested in doing business with the town, and you guys were amazing. You had all the information, you looked at everything beforehand. You were so incredibly helpful, and I really appreciate you, because the truth is I could not answer those questions. And so I really value your input and your help. Also, Mr. Nevers, I want to thank you for your contribution to your comments this evening, but also to the community. We have a unique Facebook page. You have a massive following. Is it almost 16,000 people? I think we're over 15,000. 33,000. Okay. We have over
Double.
33,000. We have a lot of numbers.
That's
We
a
have over
lot.
33,000 people that follow Chesterton's Facebook page. Most of them are people. That's
The
a
occasional
valid
bot.
point. So we have a unique Facebook page, and you had touched on something earlier tonight. You said in the Chesterton Tribune closed, and we lost our newspaper. You worked for the Chesterton Tribune during that time, and the town brought you in, and you are the public affairs liaison. You have a journalistic style of writing, Kevin, because you are a journalist and a reporter. Okay, reporter. But I want to just acknowledge that and say you bring something unique to the table. Not everybody understands that, but in this day and age, I really respect your background and what you do bring, Kevin. And I appreciate you.
I concur totally.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And people do love the small town sharing of news, especially like the School Post. I love the School Post so much. I send
Fish
Kevin
fry one.
football pictures, when we won the cup back and different things, and people appreciate, being able to reach out and the town honor their loved ones who have passed away. And it's unique what you do here. And so I know there are people who sometimes don't always know, how to interpret that, but I appreciate you, Kevin.
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
and I really appreciated your comments this evening. And I thank you for dealing with the Facebook stuff, because you know what? I could not read those comments all day, every day, Mr. Nevers. So thank you.
Here, here.
All right. Mr. Levada, nothing. I'm going to finish up. I'll make it as quickly as I can. A couple weeks ago, I participated in a meeting with representatives from NIPSCO, along with members of our town engineering staff, to directly address the sharp and unpredictable utility bill increases that many of our residents are experiencing. I just want to take a minute to discuss and let our community know why that conversation mattered and essentially what was said. Residents in Chesterton, especially seniors and households on fixed incomes, are struggling. At the same time that grocery costs, housing, and healthcare are rising, our utility bills have increased in ways that feel confusing and unpredictable and unsustainable. I've heard from a lot of residents who are skipping necessities, residents who are keeping their homes colder than is probably safe and definitely colder than is comfortable. And they have a feeling of constant anxiety because they can't anticipate what their next bill is going to look like. And it's not about inconvenience, it's about financial hardship. During the meeting, I was very clear that while rate cases are approved by the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission, or the IURC, NIPSCO is the face that the residents see, just as the town council members are the faces and the people hearing directly from our community. And transparency and communication and mitigation matter, and those are things that NIPSCO can and should do better. We discussed assistance programs that exist for low-income households, seniors and veterans, as well as budget billing and payment plans. One of my biggest concerns, which I raised directly, is that many of the residents don't learn about these programs until they're in crisis, until it's already beyond the point and they haven't been able to afford their bill for a long time. And I emphasize that if the programs are difficult to find or to navigate, that they're not functioning as real solutions. So I am making it my mission to share verified resource information with our township trustee, which is one of the places that NIPSCO said they give this information to. I'm not naive, and I understand that most people, or a lot of people, are unaware that a township trustee is even a thing and that it's a valuable resource that they can use. So I will make sure that our township trustee in Westchester Township, Suzanne Philbrick, she has this information. We also shared it. I had Kevin share this information as well on our social media page. Many of our residents don't understand why they're paying more, even when they're using less than what they used to. We talked a lot about billing transparency, and I pushed for clearer, more itemized bills so that families can plan and they can understand their costs and trust that they, understand what they're being charged. NIPSCO did acknowledge this concern, and they confirmed that they are hearing it across their service territory. I like to think of myself as a little bit intelligent, and when myself and my husband were unable to break down our bill with their magical formula, I couldn't make the numbers add up. And so if I can't do it, I know a lot of other people can't do it also. And so I just think that it would behoove them to make it more transparent and just itemize it. Just, stop hiding all of these fees and just put it on the bill. And then that way we all can understand what it is. By calling something a delivery charge, and then that delivery charge consists of things that, depending on the month and the time of the month and what time of the day, depends on the fee that it's ridiculous. It really is. We talked about their infrastructure investments, power generation planning, and data centers. NIPSCO stated that new large-scale data center projects are structured so that those companies, not residential ratepayers, bear the infrastructure costs, and that credits tied to those projects may eventually return to customers. But I want to be clear that these are representations made by NIPSCO. And I will continue to press for verification, transparency, and accountability on how those impacts are actually reaching our residents. My role in this whole process is simple. I just want to advocate for the people of Chesterton. I can't approve rates. I wish I could. I wish I could lower them. I wish I could make them go down. I can't, but I can demand clarity, fairness, predictability, and better communication, and that's what I intend to do. I'll continuing following up with the commitments made and in this meeting, and I'll keep the community informed as we receive more information. And I just want to let people know that if you're struggling with your utility bills, we see you and we hear you, and we are working to make sure that your concerns are not dismissed or ignored, and that this conversation is not going to end here. And to that end, reminding everyone, again, this was posted on our social media page. We've shared this online, but I just want to encourage the public to have their voices heard. NIPSCO is inviting customers to express concerns at a series of information sessions. The first one was this evening, and they all run from 4 to 7 p.m. Tonight was in LaPorte, but tomorrow night, from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Porter County Fairgrounds at 215 East Division Road in Valparaiso. You can go, and they're going to have stations set up. And the stations are going to be different things like rates and delivery charges, customer service, energy assistance. If you can't attend, you can go to www.nipsco.com/connectingyou, and you can get the same service that the people that are attending these meetings are going to get. There's a third and final meeting to be held on Monday, March 2nd at the Dean and Barbara White Community Center at 6600 Broadway in Maryville. So if you have concerns, if you have questions, if you would like somebody to hear you, I would suggest and recommend that you go and have your voice be heard. Will it make a difference? I don't know. But we have to continue to try. And that's all I have to say. On that, I will entertain a motion.
You have it.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion adjourned.